What's good, y'all? So as you guys can see, I am a level 25, and to be completely honest with you guys, I haven't even really been sweating rep out like that. So I'm going to go ahead and teach you guys today how to get the most rep as quickly as possible and as efficiently as possible. The reason I won the rep race back in NBA 2K20 is not because I logged more hours than anybody else, but it's because I was smarter than anybody else. I grinded smarter, not harder, and that's what you guys are going to do today. I'm going to give you guys the best rep method in the game, so you guys are getting the most XP per hour, and you guys are hitting level 40 as quickly and as efficiently as possible. This video is going to be broken up into 3 parts, and if you stack all 3 of these together, you're going to be getting more rep than anybody else out there. Now, the first method I want to go ahead and talk about is ranked ProAm. So for those of you guys who do not know, ranked ProAm is back and better than ever in NBA 2K23. And in fact, ranked ProAm is the best way by far to get the most rep possible. Something that you guys need to understand and note is that you guys can only play ranked ProAm during league window hours, which are 3 p.m. whatever time zone you are to 12 p.m. whatever time zone you are. So that is the only hours that you guys can load up and play ranked ProAm, and you guys need to take advantage of every single one of those hours, because in this game mode you get a ridiculous amount of XP, guys, and I'm talking like a ridiculous amount of XP. So what I want you guys to do here is focus on the stats, okay? Focus on the stats of Turned on YouTube, Carson Got Fans, and Kev Don't Miss. I'm gonna go ahead and break down the amount of my points that all of us got from these performances. So from this game, I got 59K, but for whatever reason, my camera cut off while I was recording, but I walked away with 59K. Kev Don't Miss, who was using the center build that I most recently posted that some of you had the audacity to say was trash, walked away with 66.5K, which for those of you guys who don't know, walking away with 66.5K from just one Pro-Am game is absolutely insane. And then Carson Got Fans, whose performance was lackluster to say the least, 3 points, 1 rebound, really no other stats across the board, still walked away with 14.6K with a mid teammate grade and just a pretty terrible performance, guys. Pro-Am is the wave when it comes to leveling up this year on your rep. So keep in mind, guys, as I said before, ranked Pro-Am is only 9 hours a night, but since you guys are watching my video and you guys are supporting the channel, I'm going to put you on a method on how to get even more ranked Pro-Am, okay? So look, basically, as you guys can see, we're loading into a game, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what time it is. It's currently 12 Eastern Standard Time when this video was being recorded, so league night would be over. We shouldn't be able to play ranked Pro-Am. However, we're getting into a ranked Pro-Am game because we had a West player walk in first, okay? So just so you guys know, West Coast gets 3 more hours than East Coast would, because it's obviously a little bit behind. So if you guys are smart with this, you can do this for any time zone. If you guys have players that are on time zones that are currently 3 p.m. to 12 a.m., you guys can go ahead and get into the ranked Pro-Am and get significantly more XP. Now, the second best game mode to get XP as fast as possible so you guys can wrap up is twos. The reason you guys are going to want to play twos is because of how quickly you can get games done. If you and your teammate are truly locked in, you guys can easily get 10 twos games done in a little bit over an hour, and at that rate, you guys are going to be getting over 100K XP. And as I showed you guys, I got about 55K in ranked Pro-Am, which I feel like gives you the most, and that takes a little bit over 30 minutes. So if you guys are getting 10 twos games done at a good rate, you're easily going to be able to match that XP amount. And then the last 2 game modes are threes and rec, which I feel like you could interchange. I don't really feel like it's worth the XP rewards to play them. I know a lot of people are really bought into this ideology that rec is the best way to get XP, but it just isn't. When I was going for Legend in NBA 2K20, people kept telling me that I was crazy for not playing Rec Center and that I should be playing Rec instead of Park, but it's just not worth it. If you guys are out there getting your twos games done quickly, there's no point in playing Rec Center. But there is an extreme point in playing 5v5 ranked Pro-Am, and that's what you guys should be focusing on during your league windows and then the 3 hours afterwards. So let's go ahead and talk about the best positions now, guys. Now, in order for us to explain the best positions, you need to understand which positions are getting more rep than other ones. That's the entire reason why we'd consider it to be the best. After all, this is the best way to get XP, and this is the best way to rep up fast. So we're going to go ahead and pick the position that's going to do that for us, not necessarily talking about the position we find the coolest or the position that we like to play the most or the position that we like the best. No, we're picking the position that gets the most XP possible. So with that being said, guys, the position rankings are as follows. At rank number 1, we have center, guys. Center is the position that reps up the absolute quickest. For whatever reason, they really juice center this year. It used to be point guard, but it is now solely center. At that 2 spot, we have point guard, okay? Point guard may not be number 1 now, but obviously it's always going to be a viable option. Make sure that you guys are making point guards if your buddy has a center. Number 3, believe it or not, is actually power forward. Now, the reason power forwards get so much XP is because a lot of times they can play that center role. Power forwards do the same thing as centers. They get rebounds, they get paint stops, they get blocks, they do all the things that are going to get them XP extremely fast, and that's why it's easily the 3rd rank. And then tied is lock and shooting guard, guys. The locks, in my opinion, can get a little bit more XP than shooting guards if they're out there bumping and playing phenomenal defense and then scoring on the break. But shooting guards can also get a lot of XP too if they're out there scoring and contributing on the offensive and defensive end. Realistically, though, the beautiful part about ProAm, guys, is the fact that everybody on the team can get good teammate grade and everybody on the team can put up stats and contribute. As you saw from Carson's screenshot, he really had a bad game and still walked away with good XP. So if everybody on your team has a decent grade and they contribute a little bit, they're going to walk away with a nice XP game. Now, for this last bit of the video, I'm going to talk about the methods, guys, okay? I'm going to talk about how to maximize the amount of rep that you're getting per game, no matter what the game mode is. Now, on the same token that we were ranking positions, I'm going to go ahead and prioritize what needs to be done for you guys to walk away with the most gains possible. And this year, they're going back to the old system, which valued teammate grade more than anything, guys. Teammate grade is the most important factor when it comes to getting rep. Teammate grade is also extremely easy to get. All you have to do is really share the ball, knock down your open shots, pass the ball to the open man, play decent defense. You literally just have to do what it says in the name, and that's be a good teammate. And if you're out there doing those things, you're going to have a good enough grade to get XP. The reason center is the best position is because it's the easiest position to get their teammate grade the highest. Because you guys are getting paint stops and throwing fast breaks, you're basically stacking the maximum amount of XP possible while being mentally on cruise control. You really don't even have to work that hard. Now, outside of teammate grade, there is some things that you guys can do to go ahead and get more XP. For example, when you guys are getting assists, if you guys are to throw a lob or to throw a flashy pass, you're going to get more XP than if you just threw a normal pass. Things like that are going to get you guys an advantage on your opponents. You want to throw as many lobs and as many flashy passes as possible. The same type of thing applies for shooting. The same type of thing applies for dunking. When you're shooting, if you guys can shoot a fadeaway 3 or a step back 3, it's going to get you more points than if you shoot a catch and shoot 3. For finishing, if you guys are to catch an alley-oop lob or you guys are to dunk on someone versus just running to the paint, pressing square, and dunking the ball, you're going to get way more XP for it. Now, something to keep in mind is just because things give you more XP doesn't mean that you should force things to get it done. And when I say that, this is exactly what I mean. If you guys have a wide open dunk, you shouldn't stand there and wait for the opponent to come to the paint to try to dunk on him. That is just pointless. Part of getting the most XP possible per hour and per game session is sitting there focusing and getting games done quick. Being that guy that says, oh, we got to get a lob every single possession is going to do nothing but ruin the amount of XP that you get per hour because you're going to turn the ball over a lot. The team's going to sit on it and you're going to lose games because of it. You want to finish games as quickly and as smoothly as possible, but you just want to keep it in the back of your mind that, like, hey, if I have a fast break, we should probably throw a lob here. That leads me to my last point, which is that if you guys can somehow try to find teammates, it will give you a supreme advantage. It's going to be a lot easier for you guys to complete lobs and get rep if you guys have someone in your party, if you guys are playing with someone that you know versus hopping on the dots with randoms. If you guys are struggling to find teammates, drop a comment and who knows, maybe somebody comments back to you and you guys become the best duo on NBA 2K. And that, my friends, is the end of today's video. That is the best rep method in NBA 2K23. If you guys are trying to learn anything about NBA 2K23, make sure that you guys sub to the channel. I have the best NBA 2K23 videos out there. They're going to make you a better player. I appreciate you guys for watching, and as always, it's your boy Choc. Stay tuned for more, and I'm out. Peace.